Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please do subscribe. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 8:50 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Saturday the 8th of October.
Alexa, the weather. Alexa, the weather.
Currently, in Rochester it's 8 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect mostly sunny weather, with a high of 16 degrees and a low of 5 degrees.
So this morning it actually feels quite warm. I did put the heating on just about 6:30 when I was awake, and I put the heating on just to get the chill off the room and to dry a bit of damp washing. And also what I do is I put my clothes on the towel heater in the bathroom so that when I put my clothes on they're nice and warm. So my clothes went on me like really nice and warm this morning. I'm trying to cope with a chronic pain condition which gets worse in the damp and cold weather. But yeah, not too bad. I've got myself up properly. Last night I went for a walk and it's getting dark now, so basically when I go and take Max out for a walk it's almost dark anyway. So I went out of my flats not feeling too good, and I bumped into a lady that lives downstairs and we had a chat, and she's got a cat basically, and she walks around with the cat, and I'm always afraid that that lady or the cat's going to get run over. So she had a torch in her hand and a buzzer. So as she was speaking to me, the torch kept going like into my eyes, bright light. So she was talking to me, and people do, you know, when you pick up a phone and you're talking to someone, you fiddle with things, don't you? You pick things up and put them down while you're talking to someone on the phone. Well, that's all it was. She was picking the torch up and it was going up and down like that in my eyes. And I've got neuralgia. So that was tiny hurt in my face. So I went on my way with Max on the lead, walked around the Common Creek Wharf, darkness really approaching. And it was a lovely walk, but there was loads of people about last night. It's been really quiet, and then all of a sudden there was about 20 or 30 people out by the Rochester Riverside field in the shops, and I like nearly panicked because I don't like lots of people. So as I got towards the co-op, there was people on the opposite side. There was about 4 or 5 people leaning on the fence, looking over that way. And they were making noises, you know, not at me, but they genuinely were making a lot of noise. And as I you know, there was the guy that normally comes down with the black dog, the one that I told off months ago now. Not told off, I just said, would you mind watching your dog? Because while he was over there, he was jumping all over me. And I said, if a dog jumps on a child, it can hurt it. And he went, oh, sorry. So he was coming down, and these like, I don't know whether they were teenagers or in their 20s, were going, bleh, bleh. So up the steps away from them, walk round and laughing. And I mean, if people want to make noises, that's their prerogative, you know. So I just ignored it, carried on walking around the field in the dark, not feeling very well, and just walked around like I normally do. When I walked back, it was absolutely pitch black and they'd gone. And there was people everywhere going out for the night, going into the co-op, walked past them, and then I just got back into my flat and I was going to watch the film It, which I did indeed do. I picked up the DVD, made myself a coffee, sat down with my coffee, put the film in, and I ate a couple of packets of, what are they, little mini cheddars and some mini Maryland cookies. And I've been having a lot of heartburn lately and my food's not been staying down. So I sat on the sofa eating the cheddars, eating the cookies, and they wouldn't stay down. I've got this awful pain in the stomach and my food was stuck in my neck. So I rushed off to the toilet thinking I was going to be sick. But I just had this stinging pain in my belly. So the food stayed down, drank my coffee, watched It, and the DVD cut off. There was no credits on this DVD. So it gets to the point where the guy commits suicide in the bath, and you get a picture of his wife going up there and he's in the bath and he's committed suicide, and it cuts off. No credits, just cuts off. Really weird. So that disappointed me. The film finished about 9:30, and then I was stuck for something to do. I was literally stuck for something to do. I couldn't lie down and go to sleep because something was niggling me in my stomach. But eventually I did. I just laid down and fell asleep. And then I've got up this morning. I don't feel that much better than I did last night. My mum's told me to go back to the doctor and see if I can get HRT, hormone replacement therapy treatment, because she said she thinks all these things are to do with approaching the menopause. And I've asked my mum on the phone. She's called me up this morning to see if I was okay and am I still going up there Sunday, tomorrow. And she said, I said to her, when did your period stop, Mum? She said not until she was 60. And I went, oh my God, another 6 years of these awful symptoms. Awful it is. The mood swings are awful because normally when I'm in pain, I cope because my mood is okay. I'm in pain, but I'm able to carry on every day. But now the mood, I get up, oh, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. I just want to sit down. I don't want to get up. I feel so bloody damn miserable, and I don't want to feel bloody damn miserable. Do you know what I mean? Alexa, can you put LBC radio on, please?
LBC London from Global Player.
Expensive. Should Tom Watson, who presumably was a former colleague of yours, should he be elevated to the House of Lords?
Well, look, it's clear that Tom got that one wrong, but I believe that he acted in good faith. And let's just turn it around for a minute. If someone came to you with allegations of abuse, you would have a duty and a responsibility to ensure that those allegations were investigated. And I think if we get into a position where people are afraid to come forward with those very serious allegations because they fear that they would be turned away because of consequences for the person supporting them. That would be a retrograde step.
But hasn't his judgment been so obscured, and wasn't his judgment so wrong that to put him in the balancing chamber, the Lords, is unacceptable after that level of mistake, even though I acknowledge he's apologised?
Well, look. Nobody's perfect. Tom Watson was Deputy Leader of the Labour Party for a number of years. He was a government minister, he was an MP for many years.
Yeah, would you have stuck him in the House of Lords if you were the boss?
I think he will be a credit to the House of Lords. I think he'll bring the average age down by quite a distance.
Age and competence aren't necessarily mutually exclusive, are they?
No, but I do think he's a competent person. Look, he's held his hands up that he's made a mistake there. I think there are many more positive things that he's done during his career that make him actually probably a very important addition to the upper chamber.
Fair dues. Thank you very much indeed for your time this morning. Justin Matters, always good to speak with you, Shadow Minister of Employment Rights and MP for Ellesmere Port and Nesta. 9:01 is the time. Listen, a couple of things happened this week that I want to talk to you about. When it comes to law and order, and with the energy crisis and the fundamental cost of living crisis that we're all facing ahead of us this winter, something that is on everybody's minds, it is expected that petty crime is going to go up. It's expected that antisocial behaviour is going to go up. We do have elements of our policing which is leaving this country feeling a bit nervous, and a lot of people feeling very, very exposed. What happened at Bishopsgate in the city earlier on this week when a man was being eyed up for attack by knife-wielding thugs? Some people challenged, some members of the public challenged those people on those motor scooters, and they got stabbed for their problems. There's another guy who's dead now, who was a father and a husband and a son, and he's dead because what he did was he stood up to some young thugs who've been in court again and again and again, who've now been sentenced, one of them to life imprisonment, minimum of 15 years. You know, given where we are, would you stand up for somebody that somebody else was having a go at? Would you actually go up and say, "Oi, what are you doing?" Because I'm not sure I would. I want to talk about that next on LBC.
On your radio, on Global Player, and
Play LBC.
leading Britain's conversation. This is LBC.
From Global's newsroom at 9 o'clock. Irish police say a search and recovery operation is underway after an explosion at a petrol station in Ireland. At least 7 people have died in County Donegal, and rescuers are looking for survivors. Only around 1 in 5 trains is running today as rail workers go on strike for the 4th time in a week. 40,000 members of the RMT are walking out in an ongoing row over pay, jobs and conditions. The Conservative MP Conor Byrne says his party has rushed to judgment and he's looking forward to clearing his name after he was sacked as Trade Minister and lost the parliamentary whip. The action was taken over allegations he was involved in serious misconduct at the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham. Columnist for the I newspaper Ian Dunt says this is yet another scandal for the Tories.
The front pages right now are like the last days of Rome for the Conservative Party. It's an absolute nightmare. Sort of cabinet grift after cabinet grift and scandal. This one falls in the scandal category. Over events that took place, telling details from the coverage so far during the Tory party conference. She has acted much faster than Johnson and tries to strip them of the whip very, very quickly. So now you sort of look to it as essentially an assessment of, well, is there going to be a by-election there?
A charity says there's been a rise in the number of NHS and emergency workers seeking help for suicidal thoughts. The Laura Hyde Foundation says 946 workers contacted the charity in the first 6 months of 2022, compared to 556 the previous year. And Liverpool has promised to throw the best party ever for Eurovision's final next May. Ukraine won last year but can't host it because of the war with Russia.
Alexa, stop. It's just sad news, isn't it? Suicide all over the place. I've noticed when I've watched the telly, some of the adverts, and one of them is advertising heart radio using Alexa. So people on the TV ad is going, Alexa, heart.
Art Essex from Global Player.
Alexa, stop. So, we've got advertisements asking Alexa to play Heart Radio. Right? I'm going to get on with my rest of my day, and the world is a disgraceful place at the moment. See you later.